Please stop Hazara genocide. We're tired.
Stop Hazara genocide!
Stop Hazara genocide! Stop Hazara genocide! Recognize!
Hello everyone, my name is Sitara Mohammadi. I'm a member of the Hazara people in Australia. I'm also the spokesperson for World Hazara Council, which is the peak umbrella body for all the Hazara people around the world. So we gather in Melbourne this evening to stand in solidarity with the Hazara people inside Afghanistan who are facing an enduring genocide. It's important that we give context to these worldwide demonstrations which are taking place in across 5 continents, over 100 cities around the world, where people are coming together in thousands, perhaps in millions, to stand with the Hazara people in Afghanistan following the latest attack in Dasht-e Barchi, in a predominantly Hazara populated area of the capital, Kabul, and demanding that the continuous genocide of the Hazara people be stopped. So in terms of context, it's important to note and to highlight that the Hazaras have been suffering genocide for over 130 years. It commenced under Abdur Rahman in the late 19th century when he eliminated some 62% of the Hazara population in various forms, including deep population, massacres, sold women and girls into slavery, as well as forcing them into exile in neighboring countries.
The genocide of the Hazara people has a long history and roots back to the 18th century. The 1888 to 1893 Hazara uprisings occurred in the aftermath of the Second Anglo-Afghan War, when the Afghan Emirate signed the Treaty of Gandamak. Afghan King Abdur Rahman Khan set out to bring the Turkestan, Hazarajat and Kafiristan religions under his control. He launched several campaigns in the Hazarajat due to resistance from the Hazaras, culminating in the Battle of Urazgan, and he conducted a widespread campaign against its population. Over 60% of the total Hazara population was killed, with some being displaced by fleeing to Quetta and other adjoining areas. The Hazara land was distributed among loyalist villages of nearby non-Hazaras. Moreover, many Hazaras were sold in the markets of Kabul and Kandahar. The repression after the uprising has been called the most significant case of genocide or ethnic cleansing in the history of modern Afghanistan. The open letter highlights that the entire 20th century history has been marked by killings of Hazaras and systematic discrimination against them, while the hashtag #StopHazaraGenocide has become a trend in several countries and cyber activists are still tweeting.
The systematic atrocities against the Hazaras continued in the 20th century, particularly one of the darkest periods of the Hazara history. During the Taliban regime of the late 1990s, when Hazaras faced massacres in thousands, particularly the infamous massacre of Mazar-e-Sharif in 1998. Over the last 20 years, Hazaras also continued to experience and endure various forms of genocidal campaigns, including indirectly through the government and institutions of the Afghan government. And so it's important when talking about these hashtags and the global campaign on Stop Hazara Genocide to give some context to the audience. And so what we're calling from the Australian government is to recognize, first of all, the targeted nature of these atrocities against Hazaras as systematic and as a genocide against our people. This is not just part of the general violence. While we do acknowledge that there is widespread violence and all people in Afghanistan are suffering, the nature of these attacks and atrocities against the Hazaras does meet the definition of genocide. So it is a crime of genocide. We urge the Australian government to recognise this. Secondly, we call on the Australian government to prioritise the claims of Hazara refugees in their resettlement programs and to recognise the Hazaras as a vulnerable group in need of protection. We also call on the Australian government to grant permanent protection visas to over 5,000 refugees from Afghanistan who are living in Australia for more than 10 years on temporary visa status, and to open the pathway for their families to come to Australia through family reunification. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Zulfi Nazari, Afghanistan international soccer player. I demand stop Hazara genocide.
We're from Casey Cardinia for Refugees. We're a group of women who live in the southeast area of Melbourne and support refugees by having vigils every Saturday in Berwick. We ask the Australian government to hurry up and process the visas, the backlog of visas, to give permanency to so many refugees who are at the moment living in limbo. And we're here to support the Hazara community.
Hi everyone, Ali Murad here. I am a Hazara. We stop Hazara genocide. And thank you for everyone turning out here, standing in solidarity with the Hazara people. We ask the international community, such as NATO, to stand and put pressure on the Taliban to stop Hazara genocide. Thank you.
I am here to support the Hazara people. I find them fantastically friendly, loving, honest, caring and hard-working. And I find what is happening in Afghanistan to be absolutely atrocious. I think it's disgusting. You know, why kill someone just because they're not in your belief system? I mean, it's shocking. And you people are beautiful. I just love you. Words cannot explain how stupid some of our government officials are, because that's them or that's them, but you're humans. And, you know, I don't care. I think this is fantastic, the amount of people that have turned up here to support the Hazara nation.
Human beings are members of a whole, in creation of one essence and soul. If one member is afflicted with pain, other members uneasy will remain. If you have no sympathy for human pain, the name of human you cannot retain. Thank you. Stop Hazara genocide. Stop Hazara genocide. Stop Hazara genocide.